think so.
This is a message to my city, Memphis, Tennessee. It's a message to the politicians, the mayor, Paul Young, and everybody, FBI Director Capital, Donald Trump, whoever listening. I'm 28. I preface it. A lot of people that's in certain positions are older, and I'm not politically affiliated with neither party. I would never say I'm on. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of action for me to say I'm here or I'm there. I would vote for somebody that's beneficial to me, the most beneficial. But if you're not, I weigh the pros and cons. So if you cons outweigh the pros, I'm just not voting. I'm just not getting neither one of y'all. So I want you to know that. So I'm objective, but I'm open to listen to either side or anybody because I'm solution based. I like to make sure I want things to get done. I don't like to lip talk. I don't like to talk a lot. I like to do things and put things and brainstorm and make sure we got these things in place to get this. We have a goal that we're trying to accomplish. Talking and just and the symbolism and just making things look good don't help nothing. So when I say this, I want you to understand that it's maybe a harsh truth or maybe a thing you may feel some type of way when I say this, when I'm talking about this, but just understand, just take the time to listen. Cash Patel and them announced they was sending the FBI and more help to curb the crime in Memphis. Memphis is the deadliest city in America now and top 10 in the world, unfortunately. But I know why. I see why. But I don't think that hinging on crime stoppage is going to be the mitigating factor in progressing the city. I don't care how many things you put in the city to make it look good. If the tenant isn't responsible, if the tenant doesn't clean up, if the tenant doesn't think that these things are valuable in the house, no matter how many things you put in the house, they're going to get dusty, they're going to get run down, they're going to break, they're not going to get fixed, they're not going to get used, they're not going to get replaced. So I'm all for you 100% for curbing crime and be having a solution to crime and being hard on crime. Those are enemies. Those are people that plague our city and society and make things worse. You don't help. You scare off. You scare away opportunity. You scare away money. You cause people who are already marginalized, you cause people who are already in poverty to endure more financial burden because of you. Everybody got some trauma. Nobody's trauma is greater than somebody else's. Everybody is equal in there. I don't do for the victimization, the victimhood stuff. Everybody came from a struggle. Everybody came. Don't nobody care where you came from. Don't nobody care what you went through. How are you now? We don't need people to further and further antagonize, traumatize people with these type of violence and crime. We don't need to traumatize kids or normalize this type of crime around kids. We don't need to normalize this type of PTSD from certain things and be like, okay, you okay with that? That's not just because it's prevalent and it's always happening from wherever you are and from wherever you came from. If I have long, doesn't mean that it's okay. Doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. Don't let your experience change you into what it wants you to be. Take the experience as a lesson and use that lesson to make you better and make you more prepared to handle those type of obstacles in the future. So you'll be a better you. You won't be a changed you for the worse. You'll be a better you for the better. First, we need to start with schools. We need to start with parenting. It starts in the house. Teachers are a quarter of your life, from daycare all the way to wherever, to even if you go to college or but high school in Memphis. Teachers in schools, public schools. I don't care for charter schools. I don't care for private schools. I think public schools give you the best social interaction and social learning lessons in life. Because in public schools, you have to deal with everybody. You can have rich there, you can have poor there. You can have neighborhood there, you can have people from down the street next door, you can have people from all over. It's less, it's underfunded, so a lot more things go unchecked. Bullying builds character. I say that a lot. It's either you gonna be the bully or you going to step up and be yourself. Step up, have some dignity and learn to have self-respect. Learn that when bullying going on, you either gonna be a person that's complicit, be the victim, or you gonna be the person to combat it. We want to raise young men and young women to combat that. Don't be a victim of it. Don't be complicit in it. Combat that, because that's how you make a better person. That's how you make better children, better kids, better parents, better future leaders, better future business owners, better future workers, because people have accountability, self-dignity, self-preservation, and the self-wherewithal to, is this an obstacle and I can persevere through it. I find a solution to it. You start to critically think on and weigh certain options. If I do this, is it worth it? Am I going? If I got to get suspended because I checked this person for doing this bad stuff, getting suspended, I'm okay with that. So that's first and foremost from schools. You need to bring opportunities. Opportunities. What I'm talking about. You want to make Memphis the Silicon Valley. You want to make it new AI capital, especially with the XAI, the Elon Musk, and a lot of the technology companies, and a lot of the Ford Overcity coming, and all these other things that's coming to Memphis from the technology side of society. We don't have a lot of the STEM programs in a lot of the schools. We don't have a lot of the teachers. We don't have a lot of the things in place for the people in the city to be able to cultivate them skills and the knowledge for them to grow up and then be the workers there. See, we're going to have to, all them companies, they're going to start to import workers from other places, not just other cities or within the state, not just out the state, but around the world too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying I'd rather if you're going to bring your multi-billion or trillion-dollar company here, add to the city, not just give opportunity, but add to the city. If you're going to become it, you're going to be here for a long time, become a part of the city, become a part of pushing the city forward progressively. And the city officials, mayors, and all these people, all this corruption, and all these people that give you lip service and say you care, but you don't care. I worked for the Shelby County School. I worked in the ELOP office. I seen how you have to talk to people and get people and make sure teachers have their certification and their professional development, and making sure their tuition schools and grant schools, making sure they're funded. And they only funded because of a certain amount of kids give you a certain amount, and a lot of the amount of administrators, and it's vice versa. Because if you don't have a certain amount of kids, now you can't have too many staffers. But we have so many schools. We're one of the biggest school districts also. We got a lot of rundown schools. A lot of stuff is separated, and with wherever the school is at, some schools is understaffed because it's not even used 100%. It's used probably 49, 50%, 70% because of the area. You don't even have the proper housing to to invoke families, more children, and being able to go to the school and fill up the school. It's like a trickle down effect. We don't have those initiatives. I think you should start to lift zone restrictions. Wherever you can go, you can go. If you want to go there, you should be able to go there. That's what I think, first off. Education, take away the zone and restrictions. If you can get there, you can go there. I don't care where you're going. Second, I want you to, we probably need to consolidate and shrink the school system a little bit so more funds and more attention goes to certain schools where you can start to, more kids can be put into this school that was half capacity. You take the kids from here, and you start to divvy them out. You start to allot them different schools so they're filled more to the capacity. So now you have room for more administrators. Now you have smaller targets instead of it's scattered, and within each school is scattered because it's not filled 100%. You start to direct funding. More business can start to help and sponsor schools. You start to get a better mixture of crowd. You start to get a better mixture of these people from this neighborhood. So you won't be beefing and all this crime and all this stuff. It may trickle down, but if the parents raise the children right with respect and understanding you are here to get better and be a better person instead of doing all this foolery, we can have a better change. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's fair. Life ain't fair. A lot of things happen. That's fine. We know that. But that's a move in the right direction. We need more. We have Nissan here. We have Ford here. Why don't we have auto shop in these schools? When I went to Hamilton High, when I graduated from Hamilton High School, proud Hamiltonian. My first year, I was a freshman in auto shop. It wasn't a freshman class, but I was there. Remember the book, Old Man? Yeah, I remember all that. That was the last year we had that. I love that because I love cars. I love working on cars. I worked with cars all my life. So that was a great experience that semester. Wasn't there anymore. We have a whole garage. We have a whole system. We have a whole bunch of classrooms there. We have a whole pit where we can work. Why do we not have Nissan and Ford? Why do we not have car dealerships that can donate cars or take mechanics from Firestone, maybe take mechanics from these businesses? Why can't the internship come in there and why can't we establish programs like pipeline programs in the high schools where you can work that? We need to change the curriculum because we need to be more focused on if a person wants to do this, we figure out where they want to be in middle. You need to be figuring out what they want to do in middle school. It may change, but you need to hone in on what your passion is, not what you want to do. What are you passionate about? Because we need people who is passionate about being leaders, being doctors, being lawyers, being electricians, being teachers, and they need to be paid accordingly. We need to be paid handsomely. Because again, they are people that deal with your kids half the day, and then they go home to you. So teachers and parents need to be on the same page, because you can be teaching them one way, and then the teacher is emphasizing things another way, and there's no progression because it's a constant collision. It's a constant collide of views and values that different people are trying to. Now you got kids that are confused and don't have a direction. So parents and teachers need to be on the same page. We need to hone down on what we want out of kids, what we want out of our youth, out of our young adults that are coming into society to be workers and be entrepreneurs, business owners. Yes, we need to cultivate better character. You can change the city, you can change your house, you can change it, but that your character, nothing's going to change, no habits are going to change unless the person changes. That's the thing about Memphis. Until the people change, it doesn't matter what you bring, no matter what you do. So it's gonna be people there are companies sitting back and saying, okay, they're gonna kill each other off. We ain't gotta worry about trying to help them and change the character and try to change the mindset. We let them do that, let them deteriorate, let them kill each other off, let them do all this stuff. We come in, we can replace all that, buy up the land, put where we want to put. because Memphis is a central location. This is distribution hub to the northern hemisphere. We can connect anywhere. We got one of the biggest ports. We got one of the biggest train yard distribution. You got UPS here. You got FedEx here, headquartered for a reason. DHL, everybody. So knowing that, those are the steps. Youth, get the parents, make sure the parents getting right, make sure the teachers are paid, make sure the teachers are funded, make sure the public schools are funded, take the restrictions for the zones down. That's with education first. Start to incorporate more sports. Start to see a lot of, now, after the school, now you have businesses. See, the city of Memphis, we a lot of people like to say, a lot of liberals and extremists like say, hey, you don't need this much money, and you got people, you work for your money, or whatever money I make is my money I make. See, the thing is, with poverty, or just in terms of the inflation in today's economy, the prices are the prices not because of the sellers, not because of the government, it's because of the business owners. If your profit was $1 billion, and that's after everything was paid, if your profit was $1 billion, what's the difference between you getting $750 million or $500 million, and that other $500 million being put towards paying your workers more, or be put towards more positive things? Yeah, it's controversial because you're gonna be like, if I can get my money, I'm gonna get my money. But if you have a whole building, 300 unit building, and the rent starting at $1,800, and the median household income is $30,000, you're not getting that. A lot of people not gonna be able to qualify for that. Why not lower it? You still get your same amount of money over time. You still be making a profit. It may not be making as much money as you could possibly make, because somebody out there might spend it. Some people from around the way, some people from other states are gonna come in and say, yeah, I can pay that because I got money stashed, or money, or certain jobs where I pay me that. But if you had that at a certain price where you still made your money, you might not make as much as you could, but you're still making a great amount of money. Greed is the thing. Greed is what, in a capitalist society, greed is what tips the scales. Greed is what causes the inflation, because you don't have to charge that much. You charge that much because that's how much you want to get. It costs you this much to make it. You're charging 3 times that, when you could charge double that and still make a lot of money. Business can still go smooth. But instead of charging double, well, a lot more people be able to buy it. A lot more people be able to be comfortable, have some cushion, won't be these societal pressures, mental stresses. You be able to do that. A lot of these businesses don't. It's not the system, it's the person. It's the person at the top. It's the board. It's the shareholders. Those are the people who are responsible for what's going on. I don't blame it on the system not broke, because even the justice system, man, there may be some BS laws, but the justice system is not systematic racism and all that stuff. It's the people who enforce the system. It's the people who use it. It's the people in position to enforce the rules and be able to, at their discretion. It's always been that. People like to they don't like to talk about it because people don't want to take accountability. Accountability is like the kryptonite nowadays. The judge is the one that is responsible for this person going free or this person not getting found guilty, because they allowed this stuff. They allowed these things. These prosecutors that are in these certain places, you took the case. You are some of the best liars. That's you paid to do. Somebody guilty or not, your job is your job. So either you're gonna lie the best or you're gonna tell the truth the best. So it's not the system, it's the people in the positions. Those are the corrupt individuals. Those are people who have no morality, no moral standards, no character, no values, no sense of community, no sense of, hey, some type of selflessness. Not, you can make your money, you can make your profit, you can do all of that, but let it be affordable. I'm not saying that it's not worth what you asking for, but what are you asking for? That should be the question. What are you asking for? You want to live comfortable? Yeah. Can you live comfortable with this? It's not like it's stopping. That's not like it's going to be the money that you're going to make every time. More people going to buy. More people going to like it if it's a quality product, right? If it's a good service, more people still going to be able to use it. If it's a good service, if it's worth it, more people going to say, hey, this is something that I bought. Man, great price, great quality, great service. You're going to get more customers, man. It's expensive. See, when people say, hey, it's good, it's expensive, but it's good. See, now you got to think. When it's something that's affordable, when you hear a certain price, you're like, oh, yeah, and it's that, and I can get that, and I seen that good quality, I seen what they did, and then you tell me the price. Oh, okay, yeah. You more inclined to give that up because it doesn't cause a burden on you, especially in this time with all these bills, this rent, inflation of groceries, inflation of services, inflation of everything. You're more comfortable giving your money, putting it back into the system for the city to grow, for businesses to grow, businesses to scale, because it's an affordable price, especially with people. A lot of the people who are CEOs and business owners are from different places, so they're not in tune with the city, not in tune with the state, not in tune with the climate or aware of the working class and the poor in the area, or just the people who want the service. You don't know the customer here because you from there. And y'all charge an arm and a leg there. So you brought that same thinking, the same thought process here. And now you wreaking havoc. See, a lot of people don't want to take that responsibility. That's the onus. Those are the things, those are fingers that you need to point. Those are people that you need to look at. And then as consumers, you need to be, hey, is this something I'm willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to sacrifice? Because if the only way we can change that is not give them money. Once their money is funny, then they gonna start to act right. You gotta voice it. It's the only way you can make some change like that. Or it needs to be something, or it needs to be highlighted by actual leadership in this state, city, county. I've talked to Senator Brent Taylor. Respectful man. I know his mission is to make sure the county is safe. All for that. Don't know him personally, don't know him like that. But if that's his goal, I'm all for you. I'm all for. I don't care what you are, Republican, Democrat. I don't care which one you are. If you're doing something that I agree with, I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong, and it can be vice versa. So that's part. We need to understand we have an infrastructure problem, because understanding that we are right beside the Mississippi River, in the sand basin, on the fall line. We have a big aquifer, a lot of water that's some of the purest, if not the best in the country. I say it's the best in the country. But we have to start to do and develop buildings, develop streets, and develop greenery and green areas and runoff areas that are architecturally pleasing. We need to find a style. We need to find a Memphis style. We need to start to look and start to just listen. Like I got a lot of designs that I've drawn, I've written, I got stored in my iPad and stuff like that. I just don't share with nobody. You can tell I ain't gonna say nothing. But that Memphis Sportsplex that's sitting there on Liberty Land, my boy Justin, they work for Shelby County School, work for seed officer. You know the idea. I laid it out. I'll tell you the same price, 10 million, everything that I laid out, everything that I drew came to fruition to a T. But it wasn't done by the right people, and it wasn't done to the level that it need to be had. It's a lot of things that unless you are in tune with the city, like I am, or unless you're in tune with the people and actually be around them, you won't know exactly what you need. So it needs to be more communication between business, the city, and the people, right people with the right ideas. So we need to better roadways. We need to redo the roadways, redo the structure of it. We need more runoff water. We need more um porous sidewalks, porous um roadways to get a lot of this water, because in South Memphis, Elliston High, where I live, it used to be a lake out there in South Memphis. Before that neighborhood, it used to be a lake. That's why whenever it floods, my house floods, and I lost a car to it. Lost my first car, the Nissan Maxima. Went to work in my grandma's stuff, my dad's stuff. I mean, my dad's car. Get a call at work. It was storming. Mama said, "Hey, son, it got you." I said, "What you mean?" And just know that that car, it was a head gasket leak. I said, "Ooh, I had some money." When prices were good, I put $5,000. I went and changed the oil, changed every spark plug, changed the intake valves. I changed the tires, I redid the inside. I got it detailed. New wipers, I spent $5,000. New fan assembly, new condenser, new radiator. I put everything. Everything. I put it that $5,000, and it all wasted away and went away in one evening because of where I live. Because my house and that car was parked at the center point at the bottom of that lake. They used to be there, but they never did the right infrastructure, or they never updated it to sustain or withhold those type of rain, those type of flood that was coming. Because it's nothing gonna be more. It's gonna be more of those storms or more of those type of floods in the future, especially with the climate. So you need to adjust with the climate. Come with better positions and better plans. Try out things. Look at other places. Look at Chicago. Look at in Taiwan. Look at a lot of places that has implemented things to combat those type of things that we're going to go through and that we go through in the city of Memphis. So that's another step, is the infrastructure. So it don't affect businesses, so people don't get affected. Their livelihoods aren't taken away because of the city lack of modern infrastructure to combat those type of weather events. You understand what I'm saying? So those are great starting points. Find a culture. I want to establish a fashion district. I want to establish a textile district. I want to establish a tech district, a musical district. We have I'm sorry, my contact. There's no way that we are the home of the blues. That we got country music down the way in Nashville. There's no way that we shouldn't have a music district. We shouldn't have just a whole block of up to date, upgraded studio. We shouldn't have it incorporated in schools and high schools. We can start to learn media. See, Memphis, we don't have a foothold. We don't, especially Tennessee, but in Memphis, we don't have a voice in media. There's nobody out there speaking for us. And any other representations of either rappers or people that want to be comedians, it's just nothing serious, nothing positive that's being pushed in the media for Memphis. And you know the headlines. We know the headlines. That's something I said I'm gonna try to take. I'm gonna try to be at least one of them voices to. I'm not complaining. I like to highlight positive things and not just. I'll talk about the things, the complicated or negative things, but I don't highlight it. I don't just harp on that. I'm solution based. So what we gonna do about that? What can be done about it? Do I got an idea for it? Do somebody I know? I heard somebody say this. We probably need to echo that. We probably need to do that. Like, it's a lot of things that we need, but it can be done if the right people start to think about start to triage and prioritize the right things in the right order. Don't care for the lip service no more. Care how much money you putting over here, you putting in charities. Charities not doing nothing. Churches not doing nothing. None of this stuff not doing nothing. We have I know I have a plan. If you ever want to talk to, if anybody wants to reach out and talk to me about the different ideas that I think we should implement, and I think a lot of the leadership should focus on. I'm all ears. I'm always open. My schedule's open. Email, anything. I'm always open for that. But I think we need to head in the right direction. Leave away, get away from all this. Woe is me. We need to take away the dark cloud from over the city. We got too much potential. It's too much potential, and a lot of people see it. And a lot of people are coming after it. A lot of people see it, and they're waiting on their turn to strike. I don't want to see, when I say my people, I'm not just talking about with the skin color. I'm talking about everybody. When I say my people, I'm talking about everybody in that city. Don't let these people come in, take what is valuable to us, make it valuable to them, because they're not gonna care for it. They're not gonna care for the city. They're not gonna care for the people in the city and the history of the city more than we would. So we need to get it together. And that's just a gist of what I think we should. It's just a gist of what I think we should focus on. I got contacts, man. It's getting late while I'm doing this, but hopefully we can get that together. Hopefully soon. Yeah, soon. I'm optimistic. I'm not unrealistic, but I'm optimistic. I'm aware. I think we can get it done. If not you, if not them, I'm gonna do something. I ain't gonna wait on nobody to do it. I'm gonna do it myself. Don't ask about. I don't know if you gonna be with me. Be with me. That's all I ask.
Yeah, so much on my mind just for you.